I think that the way society is set up in the UK is quite unfair already. So that's why it's the state's responsibility to make things more fairer by providing for people on lower income. For instance, 90% of property is owned by 10% of the nation. So that's why I think it should be the state's responsibility to get involved and provide for lower income families and individuals. So although it is an individual responsibility to earn a living, sometimes the state does need to intervene because society is already quite unfair. I think it depends on, the type of person who's unemployed. If they're a young person and they're single, no serious responsibilities, I think they should take the job. But if you're a mother of kids and maybe that job won't be suitable for you, then you should have the right to refuse. If you can work, you should work. You shouldn't be claiming benefits. If you can't work and you need to be selective in what sort of jobs you do, then you should be given a chance to agree or disagree. The unemployment we're seeing now, it's really different to maybe back in the 70s when we had the recession, when it was middle-aged Caucasian men out of work because the manufacturing industry died. The unemployment we're seeing now, it's everyone's affected. There are young people who don't have jobs, graduate jobs. I don't know if we should make those people work because maybe it's better for them to just sort of do internships that are unpaid and, I can't imagine some of my peers working in McDonald's. I mean, I don't know if you should force them to. At the same time, should they collect benefits? It's all a bit, I don't know, it's a bit tricky. I don't know if I have a belief or opinion on that. I think competition is great. It makes you strive harder, work better, and, push yourself to the best you can be. Say if you want to apply for a job and you know that there's a lot of competition in that job, if you make your application as good as it can be, you will try harder. That's what I mean. That's healthy. If you think that no one wants that job, you might not really try as hard to get it, and you might not really go through great hurdles to get that job, and you might not try that much at the interview. And I don't know, I'm assuming it's in relation to job competition for roles and stuff. Yeah, I think it's really good. I think that the state should control firms more effectively, especially the ones that cause a credit crunch. I think they try to allow firms to be free so that it's London looks like a competitive global city where the entrepreneur can do what he wants to make money. But I think that's wrong, and society or the taxpayer suffers for that, not the entrepreneur. So I think they should intervene with entrepreneurs and allow smaller businesses a lot of leeway. But once they get to that level of being a massive firm, then they should be heavily regulated and monitored to avoid more credit crunches, which the taxpayer basically bails people out of. I think the basic problem we have with the UK is not income, it's land, it's property ownership. If people can own what they have, it doesn't matter what their income is, but at the moment, even if you earn 50k a year, you are unlikely to own your house, and that's terrible. And the people who do own houses are able to buy more houses. People who don't own houses are likely to just get into more debt. So if they can sort out the property thing, then the income thing, I don't think it would be an issue about how much who earns. Because if you live hand to mouth but you own your house, it's different than if you live hand to mouth and you're also paying rent or a mortgage. So yeah, I think that individuals essentially, I don't think people are lazy. I think that in the feudal system, we haven't moved away from it completely, and people are struggling to break out of the class system imposed on them. And you can find someone who works very hard, but they'll be considered working class. But it's not because they're lazy, but it's because their income is low. It's not their fault. So it's not fair to say that should there be an incentive for individuals to work harder. they are working hard, but they're just forced to be stuck at a certain level because of their income and because of their bills and stuff.